Hello and welcome to another video. I am at a different place that I don't think you guys have seen before. I'm in various different social groups for camping and bushcraft, and I've had a couple of people inquire about tarp setups and just generally how to do it. So obviously I would never claim to be an expert in a field that I'm not an expert in. So disclaimer, I'm not an expert. However, if you are new to using tarps, then there will potentially be a lot of problems that you might come across. So I'm just going to use this video to show you one of the main problems that you'll probably encounter when setting up a tarp for the first time and how to combat that. So when you get a tarp, you want to try and make sure that you get one that has tabs, not grommets or eyelets, because they can actually rip out under pressure and tension, whereas these tabs are really securely sewn in. This is actually a brand new one, so this is a really good example. You'll also find that some tarps will come with this sort of silver reflective lining on the underside. While it is a bit garish, that's actually for heat retention. So if you can get a tarp with that lining on it and you plan to maybe have a small fire, or you've got a fire pit or a heater or something, that will do wonders for reflecting your body heat as well as the heat of the fire. Now obviously, I'm sure you can imagine that when you set up a tarp, you need all the edges and the faces of the tarp to be flat and straight and under tension. So that's a good example. But sometimes you'll find that it's actually quite hard to get a face to be under tension. And this usually happens if you don't have a tie-out point in the correct place. So tarps are really good because unlike a tent, you can actually create a tie-out point wherever you need one. And you do this by creating a button with an object. So we're going to use a pine cone. And you just place it in the area that is giving you a problem. Put a little bit of a twist into the fabric, it won't rip, and then you can just do a very, very simple, I believe this is called like a marlin spike hitch, but I'm not very good with names, so somebody will have to let me know. And you can actually create a tie-out point anywhere that you need. And now you can see, just by creating an additional tie-out point, we've now got straight edges and faces all the way around. And that's what we like. Now obviously, depending on the kind of tarp you buy will depend on how many tie-out points it's got. You can get some that have tie-out points at one, like 12-inch intervals, and have tie-out points all along the middle. You can, as many tie-out points as you can get as many as you can, but it's always good to know how to make additional ones. So that's now what our setup looks like. There we go. Obviously, fires on the ground here are not permitted. That's why we're using a pit. So I can already actually feel the heat starting to reflect, and that fire is a good 4.5 meters, maybe 2 meters away from the back here. So it just goes to show the difference that a fire can actually make, especially with the reflective lining as well.